one of the themes right now is a lot of old faces are coming back, right? And I was wondering if you'd be down with this idea. I always felt like maybe one that if you could do over in your incredible Hall of Fame career is the Bray Wyatt feud. And I wonder if Bray comes back, if that's one that you would like to have a mulligan on.
Yeah, I mean, another crack at that one might be nice. I mean, look, the Bray Wyatt character was just difficult. I mean, if you look at anybody that worked with the Bray Wyatt character for an extended period of time, they didn't come out of it better than they went in. It was very difficult to have a story with him where, aside from Randy, obviously, who killed him, you know, it was difficult for anyone. I think maybe Daniel Bryan might have escaped a little unscathed, but I mean, everyone else pretty much met a dire end for their character. I mean, that was the end for the Seth Rollins character as you knew it, the Beast Slayer character, you know. And so it was tough figuring out how to tell a good wrestling story with that character.
Okay.
And so it just, you know, I just wasn't good at it. That was one thing I was not good at, the kind of the phenomenology stuff. Like, I wasn't able to interweave that with reality enough to make what I felt was a captivating story. At the end of the day, it probably would have been better if he just mauled me in that cell and put the claw on me and called it a day. You know, I could have moved on to something else and he could have had his run as champion, but you know, that wasn't the case, and we played the hand we were dealt, and that was not our call. And I know he would tell you the same thing. That did not go the way we wanted it to. We tried and we tried and we tried, and the boss at the time would not budge. And so we ended up, you know, like I said before, it's not our sandbox. You know,
right.
We are actors on a stage sometimes, and we read the lines. And so that was one of those nights where we didn't have the liberty to ad lib. You know, we didn't have the liberty to take things into our own hands. And so I would love to have another crack at working with Wyndham Rotunda. He's an incredible talent, just a mind for the industry and for stories and for characters that is very unique. There's not a lot of people in our business, past, present, or future, that think about things on the level that he does. And so I would love to have another crack at working with him, because I think we could do something extremely special. Whether that's with the Fiend character or not, who knows? He's a master at reinventing himself. And so if he does, you know, if our paths cross and he does find his way back here, I would definitely love to have another go around. I think there's certainly magic to be made there. In what capacity, I don't know.
Okay, I thought you were actually going to say, I hate this idea, and now at the end, you made me believe that this is something that could work. So I appreciate the arc that you just told in that answer.